As always, I'm just doing some setup stuff right now, so bear with me while I get everything set up and let people filter in. I will bring it over to the main menu just because it's not looping through the intro for some reason, so there we go. I don't know if there's any way to tell if I've actually beaten these games or not, which is part of the problem. The last time that we played, I had beaten 1 and 2 amidst some pain. I'm hoping that it remembers which games I have beaten, because I would like to just have to do 3 today, and then I think that's what unlocks some of the additional content. So that's what we're going to shoot for today, is beating 3. I'm probably going to do a more detailed analysis of this one just because I'm actually decent at Mega Man 3, so this will be a good chance to kind of do that. That being said, I am going to take a quick break just to go and grab some tea, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna go ahead and go into 3 and let that song play, just because that gives me a chance to scarf down the last of this little quick snack, and then I'll get going. Once I am back in the right menu, there we go. This is actually not a bad rendition of this song. Okay, never mind. The opening bit was pretty strong, but it's kind of falling off right here. Ooh. There's been some hits and misses in the soundtrack on this, the entire package so far. And this right here is a miss. The beginning of the song, though, really good. Alright, I'm trying to commit this image of Mega Man to memory because for the stage select, it should be that exact same head. And it's not. It's not even close. It's not even remotely close. An attempt was made. Alright. Get this train rolling. There's not like a mile-wide gap between top and man, so that's already a downgrade. Alright, the firing speed of this is a lot slower. I need to test something with those guys. I need to respawn one of those. Oh, you don't get hit by the incoming part anymore. It also is just a lot quicker to hit them, which that's actually a genuine improvement. The screw enemies in the previous game were pretty awful for the fact that you basically had to wait until they were completely put together and moving before you could hit them, and it seems like you get like a little bit of a chance to hit them before they start moving now. Alright, this is important for me. Can I slide and reach these two platforms? Good. Perfect. That is very important. Also, this background is drastically different. Like, I think it fits better, though. The tops in the background are, you know, like that kind of fits more thematically than the sort of nature aesthetic that the original had going on. Sorry about that, had to respond to some messages. Okay, you can still kind of pre-fire on them. What's he doing up there? I can't imagine trying to run through this one. Oh man, the cat enemy is a lot tougher now. Whenever you can't spam him down in like 20 seconds, that really kills it. I think that's the first time that in a while that I've seen the fleas from him. Oh, you ran far that time. Usually that guy drops straight down. This right here is a little bit, it's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely this blends into the background a little bit more than it should, I feel like. They do have these kind of darker, you know, parts on it to kind of represent the edges of it, but it could be, if you haven't played this game before, pretty hard to tell what you're supposed to do here until you take a death once or twice, or jump and bonk these. I guess that is the one thing that the Met does, is he kind of shows you that this is a platform and then he slides over to this one, so that's actually kind of a point in its benefit. I'm not risking that. The train was moving far too quick for that. Okay, I just die. Alright. Back to where we started. Let's see if I can actually get through here without getting... Nope. Shot, the pellets fire far too slow for that. Can I catch the train this time? Nope. I might actually game over on Top Man's stage. That's gonna be embarrassing. At least his stage theme seems like it's okay. Like, this is a little bit better than the intro for sure. Alright, we're gonna play ultra safe this time. We're not gonna try to catch it because it's just gonna go too quickly. Alright. Oh, I see why that happened, too. The tops kind of respawn, like, as they enter the screen. So you can actually get different timings altogether with these, so that's what caused that. His tops actually take a little bit of strategy to dodge now. You can't just slide and automatically dodge them. So they actually increased his difficulty just a little bit. But not enough for us to worry. I do like the spacing on the words there. I can't remember if that did that in the original or not, but I do like that. Also, I did not skip that. That was just how quickly the weapon, like, the weapon get was just over that quickly. They did not want you to stay on that. I'm gonna go Snake Man. Looks like the snakeheads have a little bit less tracking than they used to. Also, I didn't bring it up, but the sliding in this is okay. It kind of does the Mega Man 6 thing where it's sort of... it's a little bit sticky. You have to kind of jump to cancel it, and then you have to jump again to actually get the leap to come out. Okay, I was about to say, like, I noticed that I was getting a lot of two-shots there. It's not that there is a two-shot limit, it's just that the timing on the shots of rapid fire, I'm just a little bit off from it. Oops. This is an important thing, I have to test this. Okay, is it the timing's off, or am I off on that? Yeah, one more to show up. I don't think it's possible to slide under those anymore. Or if it is, they made it a lot tighter. Because there used to be a pretty definitive, timing window to doing that. And I think that they've removed that now. Let's see what the top spin does. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Okay, well, they did fix one important bug. You no longer dump your entire ammunition cache whenever you use the top spin after taking damage. So that's good. Alright, round 2. I tried to do that one a little bit. Okay, the first one I did early, the second one I did late. Yeah, I just don't think it's possible until after they've done the jump. After they do the jump, you've got like a mile-high window for it, but that's just not cool. Okay, this is an important testing opportunity. In the original game, these platforms were cursed because they would pick you up and there was a very high probability chance that they would just dump you off the side. It doesn't seem like they do that, which is good. Alright, let's see how Snake Man works. Alright, now I should be in rotation with them. Yep, his pattern is, with a little bit of alteration, is more or less the exact same. I was gonna say, he hasn't shot in a while. There he goes. Oh, the snakes are blue. Also, his level just looked like a very high-def version of Snake Man's stage. Like, they didn't have to do much to that one, but I think that they did a fine job with it. Just to keep with not using weaknesses at all, let's go see if we can defeat Hardman. Oh, he actually looks cool in this. Alright, can we despawn the bees? Yes, we can. Kind of. The trick isn't as useful because you kind of have to... You can't permanently stop them from showing up, it doesn't seem like. Oh wow, this... I don't know, there's something about the way that this looks that just... it feels weird to me. Oh, you can't use the, you have to use the next menu to get to the next side of it. Blue Rush? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Okay, I might have been wrong about the slide now that I'm kind of in a little bit more flatter terrain. Okay, yeah, I was wrong about it. You can perform the slide and then jump out of it. So far, his stage, Hardman's stage, looks like it is basically just a higher res rendition of it. It's just, I don't know, like something about the way that they do the foreground and the background just messes with me, and I don't think that it's a bad way to do it, but it just looks weird. Also, it appears that Mega Man's foot fits very snugly into this little crevice of rocks, and I find that very amusing. Okay, sliding has the ending delay that, okay, if you don't jump out of it, it has the ending delayed, where you kind of stop in place for a moment. I need to... let me get away from bee infestations, and I'm gonna try to mess with that. Oh man. Proto Man is a lot harder whenever I can't spam him into oblivion. Alright, let me... yeah, so whenever I finish a slide, he kind of stops for a moment, unless I jump out of it. And then I don't get that stopping lag. So that's kind of the speed tech if heaven forbid I ever decide to try to speedrun this version of Mega Man, which, let's not get our hopes up for that. Hilariously, the sound that they got for him hitting the ground is almost exactly what I expected it was going to be. Alright, let's see if I can just ignore 90% of the mechanics and just kill him. He did start out with a life lead on me, so... I'm thinking that life lead might actually make the difference here, because I'm not getting enough shots out on him to kind of... Here we go. One more. And there's our 1 HP in a dream. He is slightly harder, man. And honestly, most of it comes from just the, not being able to rapid fire infinitely, because a big way that you kind of get ahead of him in life is the iframes in the original are very, very short compared to how they are here, and just being able to spam shots into him a million times before he jumps, that really does a lot to kind of getting the damage lead on him. Alright, now that we've defeated every single Robot Master that I feel completely fine doing without weaknesses, now we've got ourselves a set of weapons to actually use the weaknesses for them. Okay, that still works, which is nice. That sort of little shimmy between those two screens. It feels weird that we run faster than our bullets do. Wait, do they take 4 shots? I could have sworn that first one took 4 shots to kill. I feel like I am losing my mind. No, I mean, it is taking you 3 shots. It's just, I don't know. It also just occurred to me, and I'm gonna fix it in the Doc Robot stages, I feel like, but I need to use weapons more than the Buster. Do I have a tool that can help me out of this? Nope. Surf snakes are useless. That is probably the slowest of that section I've done in forever. Oh shoot, I forgot to do the most important part of this. Okay, well, Shadow Man still hits like a truck, but I feel like he's a lot easier whenever he's not moving at Mach fuck. Alright, who next? Shadow Man? Let's go ahead and do Spark Man. Best theme in the game. Let's see how they handle it here. So far, so good. Got the energy of the original. Oh man, they put those guys too high to hit initially. That sucks. I guess if anything, it does make it to where they are viable threats now, though, so that's good. Okay, that's not the set of these that I'm afraid of. The set that I'm afraid of is the ones after this. Those things are gonna make me lose my fucking mind. No more sliding and getting stuck on top of those things. That's actually an improvement. Oh, I actually like that those things show up so early now. A complaint from the original game was this part was absolute hell purely because those screws would come so late, and since the left side of them would hit you, you would go to do a jump, and then you would have your jump ruined by the screw hitting you and just die, so that's actually like a net positive for that screen. Oh, this menu sucks. Sparkman looks weird. Okay, the Shadow Blades, so far, usability are really low. It felt like it took forever for me to get one of those to throw out. Still probably better than Spark Shock, though. I actually need to use Spark Shock and see if it's any better in this game. Speaking of Spark Shock, let's go hit Magnet Man. I feel like that background, they literally just copy-pasted that from the original game and just upped the, like, you know, just put a little bit extra into it, because this... It wasn't a very complex background, but I feel like they captured it really well. It's so weird trying to hit him with those because I have to kind of lead him with the bullets. Okay, let's see how the Spark Shock does. As useful as it always is. Yeah, I just couldn't spam that one good enough. Alright. Damn, missed it by one. There we go. Oh, that was a fun interaction. Oh, that is... The magnet pull is really strong in this game. Really strong in this game. I'm not gonna risk that one. We are gonna figure out... Oh, I don't have Rush Jet yet because I didn't go my usual path, so... We are going to pray. Okay, I can reach that one. I think I can just jump straight across there. Okay, yep. Wait, is that magnet even working? I found a fun glitch with the magnets. I wonder if that does turn them off or not. I think it did. I kind of want to try that again. If I see one later, I'm going to test it. They are pretty nightmarish, and they're not as bad in Magnet Man's level, but they're still pretty miserable. Okay, standing directly underneath him is not a safe haven anymore. Thankfully, with the Spark Shock, it just doesn't matter. I think the worst Yoku block sections I can ever think of are Heatman. It's not horrible in Heatman's, but it is just, like, there's one part about halfway through that they try to fuck you up with it, and it hits me every time. And then the other one is Iceman. There's probably some other ones that I can think of, but I tend to skip a lot of this sections because it's just so easy to do. Oh, the background looks kind of bad for him. Wait, do they not have any sound? Half of the fun of those guys was the... Oh, they make a sound whenever you kill them. Hold on. I've got to try to kill another one of those and find something out. And maybe not get murdered by a penguin. No, I actually think that the explosion that I heard earlier wasn't from them, but was instead from the penguin eggs. God, these penguins are fucking me up. Alright. See if I can do this. I don't know where the edge of the screen is, so... Oh, I did that way too late. I like the freeze frame here, though. Alright, it doesn't matter if I use weapons here because these guys are gonna take however much anyways. This part actually looks a little bit creepier than the usual stage. I do think that the music does a better job of kind of conveying the sort of crystal-ish look that I feel like they were trying to go for with this stage. The all-blue weapon select still kills me. I guess it makes sense, these are supposed to be Mega Man weapons, but the blue rush just kills me. Alright, we're gonna give Hard Punch a shot. Okay, it takes approximately 2 business days for that one to come out. It is kind of useful for avoiding enemies and stuff, though. I wonder, can I... I was trying to see if I could jump out of it. Okay, this is like one of 2 times I'll actually get to try Rush Marine. One shot on screen at a time? And they move at the speed of nothing? Oh god, that was horrifying. You're not supposed to jump out of him. Oh my god, Rush Marine sucks. Yeah, that was gonna happen. I gotta get into my groove here. In the original game, that's how I always kind of describe the little dance. Like, it's a little tango that you do here. Because you wait for him to fire his... Oh, wait. You don't even have to do that in this one because their missiles just don't... Their missiles don't actually... Oh, no, they do. Okay, so you still have to do the dance. It looked like they weren't going through the ceiling. Thankfully, the hit stun in this game is so much more forgiving than the original, so even if you do take, like, a big bonk, you just kind of don't... Like, you don't really move that far. Oh my god, he was going crazy. He is excited to jump on me. Alright, can we kill Gemini Man in the same way? Oh god, screen lag. I do like his background here. It looks nice. I don't know if it fits with the vibe of Gemini Man, but I like it. I also like the moment of introspection Mega Man has before he beams up. He kind of sits there just like, what have I done? I'm a monster. Oh, I forgot somebody. I was like, why aren't we going to the Doc Robot stages? We've got to fight Needle Man. Ooh, I like the crunch in his theme. Oh god, the Pachimaris are going to be terrible. I think that's their name. It is so much harder to hit those guys now. I actually think that I like Needleman's theme better in this game. Maybe not that part, but everything else was pretty great. Yeah, like one of the drums is kinda eh. I just had to time that about like a day or two before I actually want it to hit. So Needleman kind of has a soft wait for you to fire, so he will wait for a little bit. We're gonna see if he waits like a decently long time before he starts attacking us. Oh no, he has violence mode from the beginning. Oh my goodness, the lag. Oh, and he doesn't jump near high enough for that to hit. Oh my goodness. You can see every single frame of his needle stab. I'm gonna use the Gemini laser more. Mega Man 3 weapons weren't the best in the series by any stretch, but man, like, they are kind of rough in this one. On the duck robot stages, I'm going to try to use them a little bit more just to kind of get some use out of them. Oh yeah, the duck robots are just here now. Alright, well, first things first, we have to use Shadow Blade. Oh my god, Rush Coil, you jump way too excitedly. There we go. Alright, and they fixed the same deal as the other one had, where you can't just... You can't just swap the weapon and save the energy. There we go. Those are still confusing to tell the directions of. God, missile, leave me alone. Don't want to hang out with you. Okay, I think he actually is Magnet Missile. Hey, Magnet Missile, you're turning a little bit early, buddy. Needle Cannon doesn't hurt him at all. How about Hard Knuckle? Okay, that's less soft weakness. I hate this. Oh my god. Thank god that's not his weakness. Okay, I think that's a soft weakness. Plus Spark Shock sucks anyway, so I would rather use that against this very, very trimmed down version of Metal Man. I actually do think that it's kind of fine that he seems like he's a weaker version, because... Oh, the music's just... Okay, there we go. I think it's fine because of the fact that, oh god. Yeah, you fall instantly on these, because it's kind of a marathon to get through here, so it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a chance to see, like, what weapon works and which one doesn't. And who knows, maybe the other Robot Masters are going to be scarier. Okay, so unironically, I actually think Needle Cannon in this game in particular is kind of useful, because it actually kind of works against the kind of slower lag on firing pellets. Which, in my opinion, is the way that you kind of want to deal with those. You want your rapid-fire weapon to fire faster than you can fire, which is always a problem because regular pellets can fire as fast as you can press the button. Okay. Okay, he is impervious to that. I figured that was going to happen. I hope Hard Knuckle is not his weakness. It could be Magnet, assuming Magnet actually decides to try to hit something. Okay, it's not Hard Knuckle. Magnet Missile seems like a soft weakness, so we're gonna use it. Uh-oh. Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? It would be the shittiest weapon. I mean, hey, the Gemini laser may as well be a time stopper. Whenever I fire it, I go down to like half a frame per minute. That was like my one chance to stop them before they curl into a ball. Those guys are a menace in the base game, and they are a nightmare in this one. Ow. I got needled. May end up needing that life, but we'll see. I actually am going to go over there and grab that. Alright, I think Rush Jet logic is still intact. It is not based on you being on him as much as it is just whenever your feet are physically on him. Okay, I think this is Snake. It is not Snake. It's Spark. Alright. There we go. We're gonna leave that there. Oh yeah, that's the best part about this weapon, is whenever you use it, not only do you not kill the enemy, but you can't swap to something that can kill the enemy. I figured that was gonna happen. I was way too low health, and that's fine. Because now I can kind of just ignore these guys. Take some damage boosts. It is a lot harder to weave around these guys now, though. I will definitely give them that. I had to remember to wait for them. Where's your hitbox at? Oh, it's the plus sign. That was just me forgetting where the weakness was. Oh, thank goodness. That took about as long as the hard knuckle did. We're just going to acknowledge that they are better than us. Crash Man. It's gonna be Shadow Blade or Top Spin. I knew it. Oh, it still sucks, though. That long moment of introspection. Sometimes it doesn't make the bidoop. I gave them one more chance. They just don't make the noise that they're supposed to. Well, that time he did. My theory is it is based off of like points in the song, and whenever I hit them, sometimes I think it causes just enough of a break between the music to where it actually comes through, because yeah, there it was. This must be like a really sound heavy level. Shoot. I like the little pattern that they made at the top there. If I recall, this is... oh, this is not wood. Well, let's try Needle on him anyway. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought wood was the one who was weak to this, but... oh, wow, that flash and shot was quick. Man. Yeah, the music just lasts until I screen transition. Rush? There you go. Okay, I know Gemini isn't it. I have to mess with this weapon some more. Okay, that's silly. Unfortunately, the game is telling me I have to use Rush Marine. It is such a sin to make the bullets this slow and to only allow one on the screen at a time. That is insane. Goodbye, Rush Marine. I think that is the last time we're gonna see you in the game. That was actually kind of an unintentionally cool shot. I wish I could say I meant to do that, but I really didn't. I think this is gonna be the Shadow Blade. So are we? Yeah, we are underwater. Bubble Man. Okay, those are definitely spikes at the top. This has got to be Shadow Blade too. Don't know if it was his hard weakness, but it was definitely good enough for me to spam it on him. I can never remember exactly what the Doc Robot weaknesses are. Once again, I was like, why aren't we going to the Wily stages? Because I've got one more Doc Robot stage. I do not think I can slide and avoid those. Or at least I'm not going to try. This part right here always intimidated me whenever I was younger because I didn't realize that you could just hit the jump button and grab the ladder before you hit the spikes, and then again to just hit the jump button to drop straight down without moving left or right. I swear those things are going to make me lose my mind. Okay, I was about to ask because I was like, I hadn't made any of them slip, and those things used to be like the moment you stepped onto them, they would. Was that 4? I'm gonna go crazy. I hate this. Alright, Woodman. I think his weakness is... it's either Magnet Missile or Spark Shock. I'm going to try Spark Shock. Okay, it is not Spark Shock. It's not the Shadow Blade. Oh, I think his is Search Snake, actually. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm so dead. Because there is no shot. Okay, I just have to just do the fullest jumps ever. Ooh, okay. That was horrifying. We made it. It really helps whenever the game moves at the speed of glaciers melting. Oh, that is dangerous. They're supposed to make you bounce back whenever you use the top spin, but they took that out. It is amazing how much slightly more viable the top spin is as a weapon whenever you don't have to worry about it draining the entire bar. Okay, Surf Snake was the last one. I do not know who this is going to be. Heat Man. See, he is who I would think that the Surf Snake would be the answer to. Uh-oh. Frame rate, please. Yeah, these weapons are rough. I tried to throw another Shadow Blade, and it basically wouldn't let me. The weapon does have the tendency to where, like, it has to kind of come back to you first, but it deflected away, and since it was flying off so slowly, I couldn't. You know, Brickman, you look a lot like Proto Man. Has anyone ever told you that? Let's just have a moment to really think. Let's just really think about it. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, Dr. Light, what happened? You look like a Muppet. Mega Man was just off the moment he said that. He's like, I do not have time to lament over this. We've got to get there. Are they not going to show the line? Okay, there it goes. So far, so good rendition of this song. Oh god, the speed difference between being in the water and being out of the water is so intense. I think we're fine on resources for now. Famous last words. A baby cat has entered the field of view. Hello. I'm just gonna rush Jet over this because I do not want to have to deal with trying to find the right jumping. Oh my god. That was an interesting reaction. Alright, I can never remember what... Okay, this is Shadow Blade. Because this is essentially the room boss, but with turtles. As long as I kill these quickly... Oh my god, this... That felt a lot easier than the original boss. Like, did he drop less turtles? I can't remember if the original boss was that easy or not. I also didn't think that those things died in one hit, but it's been a while since I've played 3. Whew. I didn't think I was going to make it through those safely. They only open slower than time. I do think it's good that they slowed them down just a little bit, because in the original game, they actually did kind of drop you way too fast to reasonably react. I know with this game it is fun for us to kind of, you know, laugh at it a little bit and kind of talk about the things that it kind of has differently and such, but honestly, like, it does a few things that are pretty nice, and that's one of them. I actually couldn't get through the door. Okay, this is Yellow Devil. Shadow Blade. And with the slide, this boss is a little bit easier to deal with as far as him forming up. Okay, and then we just... apparently stay right where he can't hit us and easily dodge everything. Am I going to be able to dodge all of these? If I take damage from this, it's going to be sad. That was probably like the scariest one right there. Oh god, I missed. Okay, now he's going to do a tidal wave. Oh, okay. Can we beat him on this cycle? No. Oh, if I would have just kept going, I think it would have worked. And it is the same pattern every time, so if you can get it down once and memorize, like, kind of roughly how you did it, you can do the very same movements and dodge it again. And I did not embarrass myself. I was able to defeat him without getting hit by at least his regular wave. The tidal wave one always gets me, but in the original fight I usually don't get that far because you can just throw shadow blades at him until he explodes on the first pass through. I do not know why his castle is so dark in that. Like, they made sure that it was the just lowest brightness setting possible. This is one of my favorite Wily themes. It feels like they made it a lot slower, but that's not a bad thing. I do not trust this stage. I'm gonna have to trust the stage. Okay, there we go. Oh man, that is a diabolical chamber for this. Oh, that is evil. We have 8 E-tanks. I think we can spare one. I think that's the most E-tanks I've had on this in a while. Uh-oh. Okay, Snake Man. Okay, there's the right one. Top one. And there we go. That's another boss that if you can guess the triple on that, if you can guess correctly on it, you just basically spam snakes and he dies. So they made these bosses a little bit more difficult in the sense that the slowdown kind of trivializes some of it, but you can't just completely blitz enemies like you used to, which I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think Mega Man 3, in terms of the games, is a little on the easier side. Just a little bit. So I think it could stand to have a little bit of a difficulty spike with having to just like a tiny pinch more difficulty, and that's the way to kind of handle that, I think. The Wily teleport room in this one is pretty cool. I like the strobe effect. Alright, let's slow our game down by like 20 times. Or I can just get him on the first go around and then we don't have to worry about it. Goodbye, Magnet Man. You lived as you died, very quickly. I think this is gonna be another quick one. Oh, he actually fired off a Gemini laser. That's surprising. What actually is... I think it's Needle Cannon? No. What is his actual... Oh, Magnet Missiles, of course. I use his weakness so infrequently that I forget what it is. Hard Knuckle? It is kind of hilarious comparing the time to kill on these enemies versus what I dealt with in the other two games. Because I remember on, like, that was like a That was close to a 3-hour stream, I think. And, like, we are kind of a little bit far into this one, but I've also stopped to kind of compare and contrast things a little bit more with this one. Snake Man is Needle Cannon. I'm just not going to let off the button. All right. Okay, Top Man is important. And snakes are important, so we will top up on Snake. We'll top up on Top. We'll get some Hard Knuckle in there. I have a lot of extra lives, and I want to try something from the original game on the final boss here. Gosh, this theme sounds really, like, the stakes are high here. Oh wait, this is the wrong thing. Okay, it's Hard Knuckle all the way. Oh, this is even easier than the original because you can just shoot it from off screen. There we go. I forgot about this boss. I can't imagine why. This one definitely got easier in this game. Because you can just start firing at him before he's even on the screen properly and able to attack you. Alright, this is the boss I want to try to mess around on. It actually took me longer to collect resources in that than it did to deal with the boss, which is just silly. And they still have the same, like, why is there a life up capsule in here whenever you start the stage completely full health? I didn't mean to pick Rush Coil, but I think it'll work. Nah, not quite. Okay. Alright, so Shadow Blade starting out. Can I stay right here in this magical pixel? Yep. Alright. So here is where... Okay, I can hit him from here, so... Oh no, okay. I can't pause while a pellet is on the screen. Is it only a pellet in... Okay, there we go. Nope, okay. Oh, just one. Just one topspin did the trick. Okay. So if you fire a pellet in Rush Jet and then you switch to a weapon, the pellet will inherit the properties of the weapon that you're using. And since top spin's the weakness, the pellet basically hits the Wily capsule and deals just like 1,000,000,000 top spin damage. I've only done it a few times before, but that was one of the... Like, I wanted to see if I could do it in this one. Man, Mega Man looks like he's got a mug shot in that one. Is the Wily capsule still? Yep, it's still in front of the tree. So if the game saved my progress correctly, there should be some bonus content after this. I am going to make a quick run into the kitchen while the credits roll here. And I'm back. Can I skip past this? Nope. Alright, before I do the next stuff, I need to remember to reset my controls, because it will absolutely reset them. There we go. So if I load this file up, there is not any bonus content. I thought that was supposed to do it. That's not good. Maybe if I hard reset the game. Reboot core? Let me do some research as well here on the side. Yeah, it is saying that the Wily Tower should appear now. And it decidedly is not. That is a concerning revelation. I'm going to do one more run really quickly and just test something out. Because I need to see if this is a mistake on my part. I clicked out of the menu. Okay, we are just going to... we're going for speed on this. This might end up being a 3-part stream at this point if my suspicions are correct, and that would be bad. Basically, if this didn't save correctly and my progress just didn't get saved for it, I would essentially off-screen run the whole set of games again and then just try to go back to those stages. But I have a bad feeling I haven't been saving the game, but even then, it should still have my progress on there, I would feel like, because I did beat the games and let them go all the way through. Is this portable or it's Genesis? Is the tower not available in the Genesis version? I actually didn't realize that there was 2 different versions of this on that note. So my test is, I was using start to do these saves on here, so I'm going to try using the fire key, which I've learned is how you do saving and loading and everything. So we'll see if this does the trick. But it doesn't give me a save at the end of the game, so I'm a little bit worried that this is not going to help. Okay, I've hit the fire button, so I'm going to reset the game now. Reboot core. I'm going to check that save file. So if this worked, Top Man should be marked out on there. Nope. I do not know what is going on then. Well, one of the things it says on here is that it could, like, I just looked it up, it could be It could be an issue with the emulator not saving correctly, which that sucks if that's the case, but I would definitely believe it because I'm not seeing like any difference between my supposedly complete file on here and ones that are completely fresh. So it looks like save states or I might be able to use. Let's see. I might be able to make this faster on myself whenever I do this off stream, but I don't see a way to do this otherwise right now, so that is unfortunate. Well, that's kind of a bummer. Alright, bad news. I don't think that I'm going to be able to do this tonight without pouring another hour 30 into beating Mega Man 3. Good news, I think I can use one of my older, because like on the other games I was using save states to get through some of the tougher bosses, so I think I can make this easier on myself off screen to do this, and I can get to the point to where I show the tower, make a save state there, and then I can go through that next time. Well, I guess to kind of send off Mega Man 3 on here, I'll at least get its music playing while I do this. There we go. I think this game definitely, like, out of the three, is probably the best translated. It's the game that I feel like they base the entire engine off of, so it kind of makes sense, but yeah, I do not like having my pellet speed slowed down, but they did some good things, they did some horrible things. This is the end of the good part of this song. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here for now, and I will try to see if I can get to the Wily Tower off screen and then come back whenever I've got that up, and then we'll just do a part 3 with specifically that part up, because that was the part of this that I was kind of looking forward to playing, and it's going to be a lot longer for me to get there at this point, so I'm going to call it good there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, so I'll probably try to get this out here relatively soon. We'll see how long it takes me to get everything set up, or like what I end up having to do off screen. Until then, have a good one.